Hi guys, and welcome to my first Top 5 Wednesday. This Wednesday we're talking about Top 5 Fictional Friendships. So first I have a couple of honourable mentions, that being Nick Carraway and Jay Gatsby from The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I think they have a really interesting friendship, especially seeing as Nick is both enthralled and repelled by Gatsby's lifestyle, and indeed Gatsby himself, but with Nick being such an unreliable narrator and Gatsby being such an enigma, it's really interesting to see those two interact. The second honourable mention is a friendship that I think really reflects Nick and Gatsby as well, and that is Chris and Razor from Fireball by Tyler Keeble. Now I'm sure most of you probably haven't heard of this book. It's a very good book, and I'm hoping to do a review of it very soon when I reread it at some point. But basically it's covering the story of Chris's death, and there's a lot of themes of nostalgia and regret and just looking back in general, and it's really interesting to see the way that Razor remembers Chris and the way that they interacted. So this is my official countdown. Number 5 on my list, Bilbo Baggins and the Dwarves. So at the beginning I fell in love with the dwarves. I read this when I was about 9, when they are coming in and they're sort of throwing all the plates around, making Bilbo really scared about one of his great crockery going to get destroyed. He's very flustered, he doesn't particularly like them very much, but by the end of the book they have this beautiful relationship, and I think it's really nice to see them grow and to see them become fonder of one another. Number 4 is Pudge and the Colonel. I think they have a really interesting friendship, and especially after certain events within the novel, their relationship is tested in certain ways, and I think that is very interesting to see how they react. Number 3 is Sherlock Holmes and John Watson. I really love the way that Sherlock and John interact. We see Sherlock through John's eyes, and John is very enthralled by him. He's very amazed, he's very intrigued, and he doesn't quite understand how Sherlock does what he does, and Sherlock kind of loves that a little bit. So I really find that interesting to read and quite funny to read. Death and Dream from the Sandman series of graphic novels. I know they're brother and sister, but their friendship is really interesting, especially considering as Dream is very much like his subject matter. He's very hard to pin down, he's very stubborn, he's very difficult to read, and that definitely doesn't ask his big sister for help very often, especially in this volume. The Sound of Her Wings, she takes no shit from Dream. Their friendship is one that I really like to read. And lastly, probably quite an obvious one, the Golden Trio, Harry, Ron and Hermione. I picked this one just because it was the first one I picked up, Deathly Hallows. But it's got all 3 of them in the front. Now, Harry, Ron and Hermione all give each other a little something. You have Hermione is obviously the smart one, very book smart, and she's very quick, and she is very good at logical thinking. She needs to have the fun and humour that comes along with Ron, the sarcasm and realism, I think, that comes with Harry. Now Harry is, well, trouble manages to find him, and he's very sarcastic. So he's not the smartest. There's definitely a reason why he wasn't put in Ravenclaw. You pick up the letters from the floor, you don't try and catch them in the air. If he didn't have Ron and Hermione, he would definitely go off in his own head, and I think he would very easily become depressed and very easily get himself in this bout of just overthinking things, over worrying things. And then we have Ron, who is funny, but I think the thing that Ron needs from Harry is that Ron never really had anyone look up to him before, or have him show them things that needed to be done, because obviously he's the youngest boy in the family. He didn't have to be that big brother figure. I mean, obviously there was Ginny, but Ginny was really, she was mollycoddled by her mum, she was the only girl. And then Harry comes along and he has no idea about anything in the wizarding world, and Ron can be that big brother for Harry and teach him things and just be there and learn with him, and I think that's really interesting, and it's something that makes Ron's character grow. And it's just interesting to see them all grow throughout the books, and I love Harry Potter. I just got back from the Harry Potter studio tour. I'm wearing my house colours. Oh yeah. So that was my top 5 Wednesday. Let me know down below your top fictional friendships, and I will see you on tomorrow. Take care and stay shiny. Bye. Oh, also, random update. I have a new camera. And the lens hasn't arrived yet. That's why I'm not filming with it right now.